It's the Clark's Pump and Shop Baseball State Tournament presented by UK Healthcare. Brought to you by Lawton Insurance, Vic Evans, Stephen A. Turner, Kentucky Proud Park. Bottom of the seventh, 1-1 and 2 up for Shelby County, 6-7-8. Jackson Carter, 0 for 1, struck out and walked. First pitch on the outside corner, strike one. And they've got 4 of their 7 hits have come from the 7, 8, 9 in the order, Steve. This is a big one here, a leadoff hitter. This will be fouled off to the right side, 0-2.
Yeah, it's something that they kind of struggle with today, getting the lead off, but Cook's been able to work his way around them pretty well.
So the 0-2 now on Carter as Cook goes through the windup. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 call for out number 1. And that will bring up Freddie Stolman, 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the second, and then hit into a 4-6-3 double play back in the fourth.
Stolman was the one who got it going back in the second, that infield hit.
First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Cook's command's been the best it's been the last 2 innings.
Last couple innings, yeah. He's kind of settling in here.
So the 0-1 now to Stolman. Curveball upstairs, 1-1.
Yeah, and that hit he had out to second base was kind of a hot shot right up the middle. Lanham did a good job to knock it down. I don't think he would have had any chance to throw him out even if he gloved it clean.
A 1-1. It's going to be sliced into right field, and it will be drop in front of Lil Pop for a base hit. So with 1 out, the winning run is on base, and that will bring up Tony Bailey, who they've had no answer for today. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Also been thrown out twice trying to steal. And now we got to walk out to the mound for Coach Dennis, and this may be all for Cook. We may be seeing Will Strode right here, Steve.
It's possible.
I think it was going to be the thing where you tried to get it through the 7th, but you were going to have a really short hook. If somebody got on, you were going to the closer. And I believe that's what's going to happen is Dennis shakes Noah Cook's hands, and the whole team shakes his hand. And we're going to get a pitch and change as Will Strode will come in. We'll let him take his warm-up tosses, and when we come back, we'll give you Will Strode stats as it's the Clark Pump and Shop Baseball State Tournament presented by UK Healthcare and brought to you by Lawton Insurance here on 102.7 The Game.
Something doesn't sound right.
How do you know?
My daddy always said you know a bad sound when you hear it.
That makes sense. Yep, that sounds bad.
No, not that.
Hey, your car sounds funny.
My hero.
Stop in Mattingly's Automotive Shop. Let the technicians help diagnose the sounds coming from your vehicle with tune-ups, tire repair, and more. Mattingly's Automotive is here to help. Give them a call at 683-4251 or stop in 2405 Beach Road.
It's the Clark's Pump and Shop Baseball State Tournament presented by UK Healthcare, brought to you by Lawton Insurance. We're at the bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Man at first and a pitch and change as Will Strode will come in the game. Talk about the numbers that Will Strode's put together this year on the mound, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Strode's been tremendous, a 2.18 ERA. He's got a 5-2 record with 3 saves, 51 in the third innings pitched, 61 strikeouts, only 27 walks, coming off a tremendous performance against the top-ranked team left in this state tournament, Lexington Catholic. He's coming in with the runner on and 1 out, and a guy they haven't been able to get out all day in Tony Bailey. The defensive changes will be Brock Berger will go to second base. Lanham will scoot over to short. Grayson Smith moves over to third for the Eagles.
In this tournament, Strode is 1-0, 1 save, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a 1.75 ERA.
I couldn't have been more impressed with this Bailey kid coming to the plate here. He's just kind of shifty out there. Had the RBI, the lone RBI of the game so far, and that was back in the second. He also singled to left his last time up.
He was 0 for 5 in the tournament, 2 for 2 today. Singled to right field with a base hit. Like I said, the one thing he has done all well is run, but today 0 for 2 in stolen bases is Cheney. Has thrown him out twice.
Strange. He hasn't hit well, but he's ran the bases well, and it's been the opposite today. But that's kind of what you get when you get this deep in the season.
So with 1 out here, bottom of the 7th, tie ball game, winning run at first base. And Will Strode now will look in and get the sign from Cheney. Bailey, they're going to throw over to first base. He's back in plenty of time. The winner will move on to Saturday's championship game, 6 o'clock here at Kentucky Proud Park. First pitch to Bailey, down and away, 1-0. He showed bunt, pulled back and took it.
Bunt would be a little bit surprising unless you're trying to bunt for a single.
I think it was more trying to maybe bunt for a single. I don't think you were looking to move him to second here with 1 out. Now he's going to square around. He gets a nice bunt down right back at Strode. Strode, quick fire, threw it into right field. Ball goes into right field. Little pops there. You're going to have runners at second and third with 1 out. And Strode on the big air threw it into right field.
I think I had nightmares the last time Apollo was in the Final Four.
And
I think Bailey's hurt.
Bailey is down at second base, laying on the bag. I don't know if when he maybe stopped Funky down there, I didn't see what happened. I just looked up and noticed he is sprawled out on the bag out there at second base.
Cramp, I think. No?
Maybe he turned his ankle on the turf, got his foot caught on the turf. No, the cramp, because they're asking for water and Gatorade. So now if you're the Eagles here, Steve, you got second and third, 1 out. You can load the bases.
You can't hardly walk them.
You got 9. It goes right back out to the top. Now, the one thing you're going to have to do is your outfield has got to come way in. Your outfield's got to come in close enough that where you're close enough to catch a fly ball and throw the guy out at home. Anything over your head wins the game anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough deal there. I mean,
and throws from the pitcher to first base has a history, Steve. As you know from Apollo's
standpoint.
That's what I said
the last time we were at the Final Four back, I don't even know what year it was, but Apollo Dunbar, you're going to close it out, and you throw the ball over the head of the first baseman. And that was one that will always stick in the memory banks for me. And that was a lot tougher play. That Will Stroh made. But it's one he's made a million times.
Oh, yeah, he was out. I mean, it wasn't going to be close. He was going to be out by 10 feet. And it was one you would like to see him. He fielded it and didn't, as a pitcher, you want to see him field it and then kind of shuffle.
Yes.
He fielded it and threw it flat-footed and just threw it way inside the line into right field. Now, give the young 8th grader credit. He's over there backing up right where he's supposed to be. If the little pop wouldn't do that, this game would be over right now. But you're in a situation, do you load the bases? Do you walk 9 to get to 1? Now, you've had a good success with 1. He's 0 for 3 tonight. And that way you can bring the infield in and it's a force play at home. Or do you try to go get number 9 here and then go from there?
It's a tough question. Everything Coach Dennis has done in the postseason has came up gold. But man, I tell you, it'd be hard for me to walk Willis. I go for the strikeout on Willis here. I think you try to let Will Stroh go get him, and then Carter White, who's 0 for 3 today, you try to let him navigate to that. That being said, Willis does have a base hit today down in the 9 hole. So
it is a cramp by Bailey. He's up. They're going to have to run for him here. As he completely cramped up. And then, we talk about it's warm outside. Now in here, we could almost hang meat in here with this air conditioner.
It's cool, yeah.
But on the turf, and he just completely cramped up. You can tell that's the old little cramp walk where it looked like doing the running now will be number 10. That would be Brandon Birchfield. So we'll reset it here. Bottom of the 7th, 1-1. The first Apollo error of the state tournament. I think it's the second Apollo error of the state tournament. They had one when they were up 7-2.
The game, yeah.
But you have second and third here, 1 out. And the the infield will be in. The outfield's way in.
Do you think the delay in this situation helped Strode instead of having to get right back up there?
Maybe a little bit.
You have a second to settle yourself.
He was able to get up there and throw a couple. Now, what I didn't like is he was throwing from the windup. You got to go to the stretch here. You can't let the guy at third get a walking lead on you. So you have to be throwing from the stretch here. But it looks like Strode is in the windup, which surprises me here because you get a big walking lead here. I don't like this move here of being in the windup. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. All of that, you put the squeeze play in so much better. I'm just really surprised.
In Apollo, everybody's
they're way in. So the 0-1 now. Fouled off over the right side. It's 0-2.
If you get the big strikeout here, it would be massive. And then you.
But even in the windup here with the lead that runner's getting it Thursday, I'm not sure they can throw the kid out at home.
I'm not so sure.
He's getting a huge walking lead because he's in the windup. The 0-2. Swing and a miss.
He got it.
Yes. Oh, he went. They did not get the check swing call. Oh, and Coach Dennis down there kind of waving his hat going.
Oh, man.
1-2 now. Stroh 1-2, way inside 2-2. And I'm telling you, if he'd have hit that ball in the 0-2 check swing, it would have been a double off the wall.
Man, oh, man. I thought that was strike 3.
It was strike 3. They just didn't get the call. The 2-2 now, the Wills. Strode in the windup. Missed away, 3-2. You do have a base open, but you'd love to get the big out here when you had him 0-2. The 3-2 now. Lift into right center field. That'll be the ball game. Walk-off single, ball Wills, and Shelby County will move on to the state finals with a 2-1 victory. And you did not get the check swing call for strike 3, and Shelby County made the Eagles pay as they will win this one 2-1, and it's Heartbreak City for the Apollo Eagles.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. You know, we talked about the first team to blink, and unfortunately it was our Eagles, you know, the throw over to first base. Even still, though, you give up the hit there, and it's ball game anyway. So it's a tough way to end it. It was a tremendous run, but, man, oh, man, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose when you get to this level. It's a very, very well-played game.
Well, sometimes the ones that blink aren't always the players. They got a beneficial of a really missed check swing call there, Steve.
They did. No, it was a strike 3.
It was.
No question about it.
Now, whether or not the next kid would have got a hit, we don't know.
Right, but you still got to go get him.
Yeah.
You got to credit the Wills kid, man. He came up big and drove that thing out over the
2 for 3
over the
today.
head. Yep.
Tell you what, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back here in a minute to wrap this one up as the Eagles fall in the state semifinals 2-1 to Shelby County in the Clark's Pumpkin Shop Baseball State Tournament, presented by UK Healthcare and brought to you by Lawton Insurance here on